I'm WG and everybody likes to win, everybody likes to do big damage and everybody likes their favorite character to perform at the best level possible. So let's talk about a way for you to take your 5-star to that next level, a way for you to even get a character you might have not been as happy with. I'm looking at you, some of you Rin enjoyers, to give them a second chance and see if they can convince you of what they can do. So what I am talking about is two specific potential nodes. Number one is going to be the upgrade card and number two is going to be the basic card, proficiency. So you have two ways to get there. Number one, you spend your precious stamina that is currently split between level up materials, enhancement materials, essential materials, memory fragments, potential challenges, and all that stuff on potential. Or what you should do instead is you head into the memory archive and then into the traveler section. Yes, I know spending currency feels weird, but trust me on this, it's going to be worth it. No, you don't have to buy everything here, but obviously you buy the summons, right? We all love summons, but as you can see, it has a monthly limit, meaning you only need a certain amount of those per month, giving you a bunch of free currency to spend. Experience and character experience with the way current events are looking and the like doesn't seem to be a real problem. Money we also have aplenty for the moment and it is way too soon to upgrade gear, so that leaves these potential stones. So what you can do is you can pick your favorite carry. So for example Rin, you can then buy out the 50 void stones and then you can head back to your character. If we then go to Rin, we can go down to the potential, and once you go past level 20, so up towards level 30, you will unlock this basic card proficiency. This is a must-have for every single one of their characters. We'll go through a couple of examples, but for example here, Rin herself gets the obtain dark mist stance on both her normal attack and her heavy attack, the 2-cost basic attack. So what that means rotation wise for you is, for example, you can enter into the stance with a dark mist sword, then deal extra damage with drawing slash without having to use drawing slash to enter into the stance. Or you could use somebody else's attack card, then enter the stance, somebody else's attack card, and then enter the stance again. The potential of this is really great, and that brings us to the second thing on the node of potential, and that is right here. Basic card damage, basic card shield gain, and basic card healing amount. These things, even though while they seem few in value, you are always going to play basic cards. There will be no way around them, and increasing the damage of your basic cards, especially on your main carry. So think Malin, Rin, Kairon, Haru is going to be essential. So let's talk about what kind of bonuses do these characters get and how big of an influence is that. For example, Luke, all of a sudden your basic attack cards that feel kind of useless because they don't really fit his synergy, boom, perfect fit. Bullet damage is, or basic cards now deal bullet damage, right? And that then allows you to use all these stacks. Now if you do a basic attack, all of a sudden you get the extra hit. Using a basic attack counts towards getting the finisher round, and all that beautiful stuff right here. Though to be fair, I think the finisher round shouldn't work because it's specifically talking about handgun bullets, but having more bullets it just goes a really long way. The same is true for every single character, though on the side of Khalib, turning the upward slash from single target to AoE, it just helps more in her being like that AoE supportive shielder slash DPS. Magna on the other hand is all about countering, and her basic attacks now also gain counters, both the Frost Shield and the Frozen Fist, meaning all of her basic cards give you counters. Or Leia gets the ability to summon even more creations, allowing you to stack even higher, allowing you to stack even faster. On the other hand, Malin, right? Malin gets the ability to apply her Ember stacks, the Ember stacks obviously being the extra damage against hitting or breaking a target. So if you hit a broken target or a target is getting broken by your hit, you deal extra damage. So more Ember stacks, more damage, it all plays in really well, and Mei Lin especially really likes this basic card damage upgrade. Mei Lin is a big fan of the basic card damage upgrade because she has multiple cards, like for example this right here, that allows you to draw multiple basic cards and then also reduce the cost or even add them into your deck at 0 cost. Then next up we have our girl right here, Veronica. Add to rapid fire card effect, 20% chance to create 1 random ballista. All of a sudden every 5th basic attack summons an additional ballista to then for certain turns doubling your damage output. Then here, this is also crazy. You just add 40% damage to the Dirge Bullet and 20% to the extra attack. The extensiveness of this is ridiculous. Like going from 80% per discarded bullet, even if you don't play it, right, because it auto plays itself, to 100% is disgusting. Hugo, whenever you play Throw Dagger card, you have a 50% chance to gain Hunt Commands. Struggling with getting Hunt Command stacks? Easy, it's not as much of a problem anymore. Haru, Anchor, plus 20% damage of power anchor cards. Like, what even is this? 120% damage plus 10% anchor shot damage amount. What? She is all about anchor shots, making anchor shots stronger, no brainer. Charon, elimination and salvation cards have their damage and healing increased by 50% and gain the effect to create 1 futility. All of a sudden, 150% basic attack, 150% basic heal, and you also create more futilities, where Charon really is all about getting those futilities, damage per exhausted futility by exhausting the cards to reduce the cost, and also obviously then with the ultimate, exhaust all futility cards in hand. It just works that well. So do not underestimate the potential. If you don't think a character works yet in your favor, and obviously we only talked about the 5 stars, but the same is true for multiple of these 4 stars, like for example Cassius's potential. What is this? 30% chance to draw 1 card with the basic attack and the 2-cost basic attack. It is fantastic. So that's already been it. Have fun, build some teams, and stay tuned for more content. Peace.